Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols, and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today we're going to talk about my 5 weirdest or 5 most interesting study Bibles. Not all of them are extremely strange, but a couple of them are, but they're all very interesting. And the first one is the Catholic Study Bible from Oxford Press. Now this is interesting because not only is it from a Catholic perspective, but it's from a scholarly perspective. And this is the New American Bible Revised Edition, also known as the Neighbor or the Nabre, depending on how you say it. And this is considered a bit more of a liberal translation, even for Catholics, but the notes and the commentaries in this thing are extremely liberal. It's like shocking the way they handle some of the scriptures. I've done a review on this one. I'll put on the end screen just so you can check that out. Another interesting one, and I would even call this one strange, this is the SBL Study Bible in the NRSV Updated Edition, also known as the NRSV UE. This one is interesting because it is from a completely secular, scholarly perspective. The ones that put this together are not Christians. In fact, the ones that translated the NRSV Updated Edition, the SBL, they are not Christian folks either. There may be some Christians that are on it, but the basis of the committee is not Christ-centered, and you're going to see some wild and interesting notes and commentaries on this Bible that basically question whether or not most of the Old Testament is mythology. They believe that Daniel is complete mythology. They believe that Genesis is complete mythology. A lot of Israel's history is complete mythology. This is wild, having this perspective within the pages of a Bible. The next one, this isn't a whole Bible. I actually have the Jewish annotated Old Testament as well, but that one is just a Bible from a Jewish perspective from Oxford University Press. But this is also from a Jewish perspective. Not necessarily a religious Jewish perspective, but this is the New Testament. You're going to have the Gospels and the letters of the apostles to include the Apocalypse of John and all these different things from a completely Jewish perspective. They talk about baptism, they talk about the Eucharist, they talk about healings, they talk about all sorts of things, all from a non-messianic perspective. This thing is interesting. I actually recommend you pick one of these up just because it is so unique. Now we're going to dive a little bit into the weird. So these are interesting. Now we're moving into the weird. And this is the Douay-Rheims Haydock Bible. I've done a review on this one. I'll put that in the video description along with some of these others. But this was the Catholic rebuttal of the Protestant faith. So Bishop Haydock, after Bishop Challoner updated and added his notes to the Douay-Rheims Bible, actually adds his commentary to the bottom. And for the most part, the purpose of this is to refute Protestantism. And there are some strange things in here as well. But one of the strangest things about it is the all-seeing eye right there on the cover. And many consider that to be a cultic or an Illuminati symbol. There's all kinds of debates on what it is. Check out the review on this. It's done in 2 parts. I'll put that in the video description. And this one, folks, takes the cake from weirdness. And that is the Dake's Annotated Reference Bible. This thing is wild. It is hyper-dispensational. What I mean by hyper-dispensational is it is overly fixated on dispensations to include a pre-dispensation where there was a pre-Adamite race and the gap theory, and all of that is present in here. There are some interesting things in here, some interesting notes, especially in the book of Revelation on the end times. But Dake not only was strange in his theology, but he also had some racism in some of his notes, especially regarding the rape of Tamar. They claim that the issue there was not rape, but that there was interracial relationships going on there, which is completely ludicrous and insane. And then also he had some sexual issues where he took a minor across the border and was getting a hotel with her and all kinds of weird stuff. This is a strange one. Not only was Dake's a strange man, but his commentary is strange. So what are some of the strangest, weirdest, or most interesting study Bibles you have? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nichols Worth.